Welcome back to another episode of the Who's Business Show. Um, Today's episode is kind of geared more towards the client or the potential client. And the reason why I say that is because, not everybody is a business owner, but at some point in our lives, probably daily, we've all been a customer. Um, so the topic today the topic today I want to talk about is we gotta like change this mindset that a lot of us have, and I've even been there before, but I'm far removed from it. Is about just being cheap, and it's more than just like about like taking out your wallet and like spending some money. So I had an old mentor, and he coined the phrase cheap. It's an acronym which stands for constantly having excuses about prosperity. Cheap. And like I said, it's more than just like I said, it's more than just taking out your wallet and spending some money. Like you have to look, you have to think deeper about like prioritizing things in your life. Cause, like I get it, like everybody has like a different situation, but like you can't always be cheap and like I said, constantly have these excuses about prosperity. Prosperity is very subjective. It could be prosperity could mean you have money. It could mean you have you're in good health. It could mean it could mean a bunch of different things. But like I said, it's deeper than just the money aspect. And you gotta like think like, well, what do I need to change in my priorities so I can get closer to what I define as prosperity? So when I say that about change, it makes me wonder, like, do you guys really want to change? And I ask that question because, when it comes to me, so like obviously you guys know by now, if you don't, like I'm in the credit repair space. And, I had a lot of people this month uh contact me about my services, but they were it was just weird how things went. So like I had one person, you know, he was like, "Hey, bro, like I'm gonna need to set up a consultation with you to fix my credit." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, no problem." Sent him the consultation link. Never heard back from him. I was like, "Okay." And another guy hit me up. He was like, "Yeah, bro, like I got three people for you." I was like, "Cool, like that's great." He's like, "Yeah, me, my mom, and someone else, but they don't have Facebook." I was like, "That's fine." Sent him the consultation link. I was like, yeah, like just book a whatever day and time that works for you, and then like we can talk about it. Send it to him. Never heard anything back. Another guy, we had like a consultation and everything. I reviewed his credit, told him the price. And he's like, yeah, like this is perfect. Like that's mad cheap. And I was like, okay, I'm glad that works for you. 2 days later, gave him a call because like I was getting ready to send over the contract. And he was like, yeah, bro, honestly, money's real tight right now. And I'm like, well, why did you even, why even contact me? I didn't say that, obviously, but it was just like, all right, that's fine. And then I think my favorite one that happened, since we're talking about having excuses about prosperity, there's one guy, don't even know him, but I guess we have a mutual friend. Messaged me out the blue. He's like, hey man, I want to fix my credit. I said, all right, cool. He sent me over the stuff I needed to review his credit reports. The worst, I'm telling you, the worst credit report I've ever seen. He had 43 inquiries. 43. And then he had 45 negative accounts. Like so many charge off accounts, so many collections, so many accounts with late payments. I like, wow, like this is something. Um, so I ended up telling him because he asked like, okay, like so how much is it gonna be? I reviewed it one more time. I was like, all right, so because this and that, it's gonna be like 2.5 to 3K. He was like, nah, can't afford it. But wait, that's not even the part that got me. I'm like, that's fine. Like, okay. What got me was he said, I'm just gonna wait another year and then file bankruptcy again for half the price. And I was just like, because why why would you why would you do that? Like I was just so in awe of that. And I like looking at his report because I looked at it a couple of times, like he's filed bankruptcy before. I'm like, okay, so like clearly you're not new to this, but it's like the thing is, like with bankruptcy, if people don't know, it doesn't remove the items from your credit report. It discharges the debt. So you don't have the legal obligation anymore to the debt. But it's still going to report on your credit report. Just the accounts won't be open, they'll just be included in the bankruptcy. Chapter 7 is what he said he was going to do. And it's like, okay, so you're going to wait another year of having this all these negative items, of having this 400 something credit score, of having this high interest rate and getting denied most likely for anything you apply for just because you'd rather file bankruptcy and say that my price is too much. Now, mind you, I told him that 2.5 to 3K, but like that wasn't upfront. Like I don't charge people up front. Like I break up the amount into 12 monthly payments. So like I dropped it to 2K, did it by the 12 payments. Like it would have been, I think like $160 a month, something like that. And he was like, once I said that, like didn't even answer me back. So I was like, all right. So so I was like, okay. So then this leads me to another quote from another mentor of mine that said, price is only a issue. This leads me to another quote from an old mentor of mine that also says, price is only an issue in the absence of value. And I say that because he basically said this is too expensive. And then it's like, aside from that, a lot of y'all will tell me, oh, it's just another bill. And I'm like, I get it. I mean, you can look at it like being just another bill, or you can look at it as an investment of something that's going to help your situation. So I'm going to talk about a few more examples of things that people look at as just another bill or too expensive that like you probably not probably need, but you definitely need and should have. Um, so the first example would be life insurance. I'm sure you guys have heard life insurance, especially in the past couple of years, like being pushed on social media. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not a licensed life insurance agent, but I have life insurance, so just going to talk about my own personal experience. So the reason why I bring up life insurance is because, through the years, the amount of people that have passed away, and obviously, like rest their soul, but like the amount of people that passed away, their families that have had to post GoFundMe accounts online because they don't have the money for a funeral is like very disheartening to me. Because it's like life insurance is not that expensive. It's not as expensive as what some people may make it seem like. Like a lot of you guys have higher car notes than the price of life insurance. Some of y'all to go to the hair salon and all that. costs more than what it would cost per month for life insurance. So to think, it's like in Mass, right? Massachusetts, because that's where I'm at. Um, the average cost of a funeral is about $8,000, and to be cremated is about $7,000. A lot of people don't have that money laying around. I get that. I totally get that. But this is why I'm saying, like, you should have life insurance. And I'll give you an example. I myself, I have life insurance. I've had life insurance since I was basically born. Like, I think 3 months, it says on the paper. Um, Thanks to my mom. Appreciate that. So for my life insurance company, like, it's billed quarterly. So once every 3 months, I'm billed, rounded up, $40. $40 a quarter. So that's $160 a month for life insurance. And with that, my death benefit is $25,000. So if I were to, not if, but when I die, $25,000 will be paid out to my beneficiary. So that would be enough to cover the funeral costs and whatever else. So if I said the average cost of a funeral is $8,000 and my death benefit is 25, that would still leave 17,000. Let's say, let's just say 16,000, because maybe like taxes, other stuff. And then there would still be money left over. Mind you, like I just said, for $160 a year, there's a $25,000 death benefit. Now I get it. For under $200 a year, $160, I get access to a $25,000 death benefit for when I die. Now I get it. Everyone's life insurance policy is not going to be like that because I've had it for so long. One thing I will say is the longer you wait to get life insurance, like the older you are, the more expensive it may be. But it's not going to be, you're not going to be paying like $300 a month. I mean, granted, if you're getting life insurance when you're like 40, 50 years old, it's probably going to be a little bit higher. But that's why, like, you should have it. And the thing is, too, I think people don't realize is that you can use life insurance while you're alive. I'm not going to go deep into that. You can do your own due diligence, but it doesn't have to just be for when someone dies. But the whole point of what I'm saying is that you don't have that. And if you're thinking about it, you might be like, that's just another bill, or that's, I can't afford that. And this is why I'm saying you're cheap. It's not about the dollar amount. Again, cheap, constantly having excuses about prosperity. Now, death is not prosperous at all. It's not. But like I said, the amount of people that have had to set up GoFundMe accounts hoping that they'll get enough money to bury the loved one is, to me, that's insane to have to do that when you can just pay probably between like maybe under like $300 a month, probably under like $250 a month for life insurance, depending on what age you are, if you're like just now getting it. It's like, it's crazy to me that you think that, oh, it's just another bill, so I'm not gonna get it. Because it's like, if you don't have it, now your family's struggling to figure out how we're gonna, bury you. And God forbid you owed a bunch of debt, and now the creditors are coming to your family talking about, hey, no, he just died, but he owed us some money. So which one are you gonna pay? Cash or card? You know what I mean? Like, it's like they don't care about that. So it's like, pay this little bit of money a month as an investment, not a bill. It's an investment that'll help you. Yeah, it's a bill, but when we say it's just another bill, that's so negative. Don't look at it like that. Look at it as an investment. The next thing I wanted to touch on is car insurance. Some people drive around without car insurance. Like in Mass, like that's illegal. Like you have to have car insurance. Um, and I get it. Sometimes car insurance is very expensive. I get that. But, you know, if you're gonna say, "Oh, I don't have it because it's expensive," again, here we are having the excuses about prosperity, and you're like, "What's so prosperous about insurance?" I give you an example. You're driving. You're a great driver, driving fine, following the rules of the road, and someone hits you. You're not even at fault. Someone that they rear end you or T-bone you, like whatever. You're not at fault. Police, ambulance come, but you don't got car insurance. And let's say you got to go to the hospital. So, when they're taking the statements and everything, all that, the other person, they have car insurance, even though they're at fault. Great for them. You're not at fault. You don't have car insurance. Terrible for you because, like I said, in Mass, it's against the law to not have car insurance. And then now, when it comes to trying to get your car repaired and stuff, you don't have an insurance company where the claim can be filed. So you would just file that claim and they would go communicate with the other person's insurance company and they would pay out. So then you can get paid to get your car fixed. And let's say your car, it got to go in the shop for a couple of days. They get you a rental, you know? I know if there's, you have bodily injury on some auto policies, cover you there too. But if you don't got car insurance, you out of luck. And now you got to deal with the fact that the cops can be like, "You don't have insurance, huh? Okay." Now you're getting a citation or some type of fine or whatever, all because you thought it's just another bill. That's my point. Like, these things are important. It's more than just spending money. It's more about thinking about what should I be prioritizing. And I get it. Like, like everyone's situation is different. Everything is expensive right now. I get that. But you have to prioritize these things. And that leads me to my last point I want to talk about. Again, with the services I offer. And this is not me trying to sell you on my service, but it's the point of all the people I listed earlier that just kind of like ghosted me or said, "Oh, it's too expensive," or "It's just another bill." Why think like that when literally you come to me, fix your credit, you do that one time. Now, because you did that, you have a better credit score, paying lower interest rates, and now you have access to probably most likely thousands of dollars in capital. You'll have access to that. Like, you'll be able to go to a bank and be like, "Hey, can I get this loan? Hey, can I get this car? Hey, can I get this house?" If you want to look at that as a bill, fine, do you. But to me, that sounds like an investment, honestly. All three of those things: life insurance, car insurance, fixing your credit. It's all, yes, it can be a bill. But do you want to look at it as a bill or do you want to look at it as an investment? Like I said, price is only an issue in the absence of value. Is there not value in having life insurance when someone dies so the life insurance policy, the life insurance company can pay you to cover the funeral costs? Is there no value in having car insurance if you get into a car accident, you're fully covered and you don't have to worry about anything because your car insurance company is going to take care of it? Is there not value in working with me to fix your credit so now you have a better credit score with better interest rates? You can go get that car you always wanted. You can go get that house you always wanted. You can go get a loan to do whatever you need, whether it's home improvement or to start a business, anything of that nature. That all sounds like value. That all sounds like value. You want to look at it as like a bill? Cool. But to me, it's an investment. That's why I say stop being cheap. Stop constantly having these excuses about prosperity because that's what's on the other side. If you just flip your mindset, like I said, it's more than money. It's more than taking out a dollar or taking out your credit card or writing a check. It's more than that. It's more about prioritizing what are some things I need that are going to help me in the long run better my situation. And, honestly, maybe it's like a budgeting thing too. I don't know. Like honestly, thinking about I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna create a product to help y'all with y'all budgeting and saving skills. Honestly, so be on the lookout for that. No, but seriously, I hope that you guys understood the points that I was trying to make because again, like it's not me trying to sell you on my services particular. It's more about, like I said, changing your mindset and really thinking about what things I should prioritize. Because yeah, like things cost money, but you don't want to be in a situation where like, oh, because I was being cheap and don't have that, now it's like I'm in an even worse situation. And I would hate that for you, honestly. So, with that being said, I just want to leave you with these last words from the great Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z, who once said, poor people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. Don't be that person and stop being cheap. I'll see you on the next episode.